So hopefully it's back. I don't know, sometimes I get issues with the internet kind of flaking on me. So hopefully it'll be back. And guys will come back. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Why it flakes out on me sometimes. Occasionally that does happen. Especially at night when they tend to do maintenance and stuff on the internet sometimes. So could be gremlins in the line. Who knows? Oh, good. I'm telling you, man. Stuff's pretty carbonated, so yeah. All right, so how you do? Nice. Yeah. I was having connection issues. My internet kind of blinked out for a few minutes and I wasn't able to connect it. So occasionally it does that. Like just goes to lunch for a few minutes. Yeah. The internet went out and it was like locking up and there was no chat and I don't know what's going on. I think it might still even be running, so I don't know. Kind of got in a loop. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's because I lost the internet because it gave me a thing and it said, no internet connection. And I'm like, oh, lovely. So anyway, that's it'll come back. I know at a certain time at I think it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, they recycle everything. I guess they're cool. I haven't really, haven't driven the rail cars or anything like that, but I don't know. Yeah, see, this is gonna be cool. I got this one. Wait, let's see if oh, Kentucky, yeah. Yeehaw. Yeah, it's just after midnight, so yeah. And there, like I said, there were no kids hardly at all. There's no trick-or-treaters. There's nothing going on here. They did everything all downtown the other day. They even had one called Witches Night. Yeah, trains are cool. I don't go on them. Or I had a train set when I was little. But yeah, check this out, guys. This is kind of cool. I showed this earlier when I was on. I got this. If you're a fan of Rubik's Cubes or puzzles or games, I got this one. It's called the Rubik's Phantom. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or saw it or anything. I'm trying to get it to... I got this now. It's a typical Rubik's Cube. Okay, it's got all the colors. No, I have not done a train drive. But this is this is heat sensitive, thermal. And when it warms up, the colors are revealed. But when it gets cold, it's all black. See, so you can see the colors there. As long as it's warm, you have the colors. Yes, it's a new, more challenging one. See, because here, look, put it on glass. See, it's all going black. And then it's completely solid black when it's all cold. So that would make it really tough to, you can see it starting to fade away. They go all black. So you'd have to, can't do it as quickly as you once did. But I still have some of the other ones. I got the pyramid. I've got, I used to have the snake. but I don't have that one anymore. And I got one that's like a barrel, and I got a different one. They've got some other ones, a 4x4. They got a 2x2, and then they have all kinds of different chain, Rubik's chain. Oh, hi Ziggy. Hi Zig. Where are you going? Bye. Bye, Ziggy. All right, so he's gone. But yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff like that. And then I've even seen that they're electronic. If you want extra ads, and then they got all kinds of cool stuff. Kind of cool. I like to collect things like that, puzzles and little marble puzzles. And then I still want to get that one, the water drop thing. You turn it upside down and the things drip, and or they had the one that was a sand. They would run down. Those are kind of cool, the things you put like on your desk, or the little metal balls that go back and forth. They were kind of cool. Pass the time, and like you sit there and go, whoa. Or you have black lights and what was the other one? Fluorescent posters, black lights, disco balls, strobe lights, yeah, red lights, all that stuff. I used to have all that stuff when I was little in my room. It's kind of cool. Black light posters with optical illusions. Oh, cool. Yeah, I used to collect all that and Hot Wheels and Beanie Babies and stuff. I don't have as much as I used to. Had a lot more. Still got a lot of the Star Trek collectibles. Some of them are still on the cards. And I've got some that are still, the full-size figures that are still in the box. Haven't taken them out. That might be worth something. Yeah, other stuff like that. Die-cast cars, Hot Wheels. And not as much as I used to collect, though. I had a whole lot. I had boxes of stuff. D&D. Still got a couple of D&D books and stuff. All the old monster manuals and figures and stuff like that. Some of them were like back from, yeah, like the original ones from the 80s when I was little. Still got some of those. But yeah, everybody was, everybody had stuff I guess they certainly liked, Everybody was into certain things. Some people like collect frogs or crystal figures or, I don't know, Masters of the Universe, stuff like that. G.I. Joe. Yeah, I did have some of those when I was little, but not so much anymore. I wish I would have kept some of the stuff. I did have till a little while ago, I had some Star Trek puzzles from the 70s, and I had a $6 Million Man puzzle. And what else did I had? Some old style stuff. I had one of the original Transformers from, yeah, the 80s. Nice. Yeah, it depends on what ones they are. Some of them are worth a little bit. Some of them are, not. And I had models, and I had like Knight Rider, Smokey and the Bandit, some of those older ones. I still have a couple here and there, but yeah, not the collection I used to have. I had all the original Star Trek figures, but they were all loose. I'd taken them off the cards. Pretty much the first 2 or 3 sets. Had it from the movie sets. Hey, Nikki. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I would have been able to keep a lot of those. I had yeah, some of the collectors. I had some of them that were really cool collector stuff. Limited edition. I had one of them. It was a video. It was a video box set from Star Trek from the first 6 movies that were on VHS, and it came in a box, and it had a watch, and it had 3D cards, and all limited, like 5,000. And it had like this plastic box that you put everything in, and a little hidden thing to open it up. That was before DVDs. That was before laser discs, all that. Yeah, I did. Like I said, some of them I wish I would have kept on the card. Like I had a GI Joe. I put a picture of it up there somewhere. I had the original Batman playset. That was the Bat Cave, and it was like a plastic suitcase, and you unsnapped it, and then it had like a mat, and it had the bat pole, and it had the bat signal, and I had the original Batmobile. I did have them, the first six, and was in that set. They were letterbox edition too, before all this special edition stuff. But yeah, I had it was a Batmobile. I had Batman and Robin and Bat Cave. It had a bat signal. Had the pole. Had the little cave that opened up. I actually found a picture of it from when I was little. I put it on my Instagram a little while back. I got it for Christmas one year, and it was like cool. Original Batmobile, original Batman and Robin. And then what else? I had Micronauts, which were like before Transformers. Those were kind of cool because they were like magnetic. And you could swap the legs and the arms and all that stuff. And then they had those little missiles that they shot off that they ended up banning because too many people were swallowing them. Just like they did with the Battlestar Galactica when you had the toys and it shot those little missiles and then kids would swallow them. So then they made it so the missiles didn't shoot. Yeah, I never got into the GoBots. And I did have more of the Transformers. Yeah, GoBots were kind of eh. Then they had Mask. That was like kind of action figures. I had one called Centurions. And yeah, GI Joe. The original dolls, not the little action figures when they shrunk them down. They had all the old. Yeah, that was kind of like a sort of like a takeoff one. Transformers, and it's like eh. And then they had all the other Voltron and whatever else. I forget all the other cartoon series that everybody had. Then they had the I remember the Shogun robots. They were like the giant ones from Japan, and they had like they were real tall, and they had like axes and stuff like that. And they were like, some of them were like remote controlled. Never got one of those. My one friend had some. He got them from like Japan, and he had like all set up in his room and had them all on display. Yeah, I had like one or two sets of Legos. My sister got mad one time. She had a Lego set, and I took some of her Legos and I made a Star Wars. I made a TIE fighter out of it or something, and I glued them all together. She got mad. It's like, why'd you glue it all together? It's like that. And my one friend made a whole. He made the Battlestar Galactica ship out of a Lego set. That was like huge. Hey, I know it's not, but the other one was. I started it before Halloween, so. And then the internet kind of went out, so that's why I'm on part 2 or part D. So, yeah, they had a lot of cool toys and stuff back then. You know, you get them at Christmas time. Got a collectors. Not so much anymore. I mean, they got some of the stuff now, but not like what I remember. And it wasn't all that expensive. A Hot Wheel car was only like $1 or $2. It depends on what it was. You know, if it was like just a regular one, it wasn't about that much. Hot Wheels tracks and all that. Yeah, you got to watch those Hot Wheel tracks, though, man. They hurt. the little yellow tracks. Yeah, if you messed up and your mom got a hold of them, look out. Those things. There's some nasty. Yeah, those plastic Hot Wheel tracks. Get yourself a whooping with those. You just got to watch out. And then they had the slot car. Oh yeah, Legos. Nothing like stepping on a Lego. The only thing worse was stepping on a jack. The little metal spike jacks. Those were like painful. Legos, yeah. Legos will make you say lots of inappropriate words, so don't leave the Legos lying around. They'd always get swept up in the carpet. And, yeah, no bueno with those Lego sets. Lincoln Logs. I had a Lincoln Log set for a long time. Then I just had the barrel. I didn't have the Lincoln Logs anymore. I just had the barrel that I put everything in. And then they had the Erector set. That was kind of cool. And then they had some stuff like for kids. They were little projects and stuff. Like one of them was a FM jammer. You put it together. You soldered some stuff together. You could jam the radio signal. There was one that was a little like a radio transmitter. All right, thanks. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good one. Yeah, go do your game. I'm not gonna be on too terribly long tonight. I don't know. But yeah, they used to have all that stuff from when I was little. Cool toys, little projects and stuff. Some of them were a little dangerous, like chemistry sets and wood burning sets and all that other stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff I wanted, but I just never got. They were just too expensive. I mean, if you got everything that you ever wanted, parents would go broke. Like I never got a big wheel. I had a tricycle. That was it. No big wheel. What else? Everybody else had all the other toys and stuff. Never got. And I didn't get a BMX bike. I got a 10-speed later. But yeah. Don't remember too much else. You know, we got what we got, and it was okay. I didn't have like tons of toys like a lot of kids had. And some of the more well-off people, they had all kinds of toys. You know, anything that they wanted, the parents got them. And if you go over to their house to play, they'd be stocked up, closet full of toys, and they didn't even play with. So. Yeah. It was the big thing when I was little, though, was when I started getting into like junior high, we started getting into the computers and the Ataris. Atari computers, it was like Apple or Amiga or something like that, that the computers were first coming out. And if you had an Apple or an Amiga or something like that, Commodore 64, was really cool. And then of course Atari system. This was before Nintendo, so yeah, it was Atari, ColecoVision, television, I think all the home gaming systems. Everybody was into Atari when I was in school. Everybody had an Atari system and all the new games. It's like, hey, did you get the new one? Yeah, I've been playing that. So that was like big time when I was little. Everybody had Atari, and then you go over and swap out games or go over to someone's house and play their game, or hey, wait for the new one to come out. Those were fun. Real simple, not as elaborate as some of the stuff is now. I haven't even played a new game. I don't think I've played any of these new systems or any of these new games. They're way past my skill level now. It was real basic, you know. We were Pac-Man, Pong. that was as complex as we got. But yeah, now I don't even know how to. I couldn't even play these games that are now battle. What is it? Battle. The battle ones. What is it? Call of Duty and all these other ones where you go on the teams. World of Warcraft, all that. I tried that years ago, and I just couldn't get into it. A lot of people spend a lot of time online. Communities, and they're talking to everybody. Yeah, they were. Like I said, I had to save up to buy my Atari. So back in the 80s, it was probably, I think it was like $119 for the gaming system. And it was about 15, 20 bucks a game. And back then, that was quite a bit of money for a kid, you know. So, yeah, 100 bucks, 120 bucks was probably like about $300 or $400 now. But it was what it was, you know. What did I see? That one of them was the original Apple. I believe it was the original Apple computer, $666. It's like, the Apple One. They didn't sell too many of those, but it was like, went for $666, which was kind of a weird advertising point, but yeah, they always said, you know, evil. And look at it now, you know, it's more complex and more detailed, but anyway, so let's see what else. Yeah, that's kind of what I went through when I was little, you know. Real simple stuff, real basic stuff. We didn't get a real elaborate. I remember every once in a while the Christmas time came around, and you know, there was some game of the season or present of the season that everybody had to have. I remember the electronic quarterback, the little handheld game. What was it? The one year was my sister had to have a Cabbage Patch doll one year. I don't know, Big Wheels. Yeah, that was it. Stretch Armstrong. Yeah, G.I. Joe. A couple other ones, but yeah, that was kind of the speed of the things back then. And yeah, usually there was one game or one thing that everybody had to have, you know. Years ago, what was it? Tickle Me Elmo. Furby. I had a Furby. What else? I had the old handheld games too. Merlin. Simon, Merlin. There was a couple other little handheld slot machine games. The original Game Boy was way back, but yeah, very, very simple stuff back when I was little. Mad Libs. I remember that one game. I was trying to see if I could find that. Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin. They had another one called I think it was called 2XL. And it was like a 8-track thing, and then he played games, and it was a robot. It did an 8-track tape. 2XL. Told jokes. And then there was what? Perfection. The one that was a globe. They just had all those old simple electronic games. But yeah, Teddy Ruxpin was like kind of the first intelligent. Well, Speak and Spell. My sister had one of those. Speak and Spell, Little Professor. There were some other ones too. I forget spelling. They actually talked. The Speak and Spell was like kind of weird. Never had one of those. The old ones, though, the ones that they weren't electronic. They were just, you pulled the string and then they talked. Those were fun. The cow says moo. The pig says oink. You know, we were fairly easily amused back then. I mean, it didn't take a whole lot to keep the kids' attention. So, yeah, fun stuff back then. Now it's a little more elaborate. If it doesn't do something or talk or whatever, kids aren't even interested. You know, it was just Tonka trucks and board games and teddy bears and stuff like that. You know, they didn't do anything. They were just cute. But yeah, now it's high tech. So yeah, just a simpler time back then. Now it's a little more complex, and everybody, you know, wants more and advanced stuff, and you know, to keep the occupied time. Or you'd always just get clothes or something like that. So yeah, fun, but very practical. More practical back then, not so much now. Let's see what else. Trying to think. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember the one Christmas that I got the one thing I actually asked for, and I got it. And I was like, I was amazed. I wanted a record by Queen. And I asked for it from this one group that was doing. They did like a Christmas party, and every kid got to select one item, and I selected Queen's Play the Game album on record, and I actually got it. I was like, cool. Got to play the record. I don't know if I still have it. I did. But I don't have a record player, so I couldn't play it anyway. But yeah, it was one of the cool things. I was like, cool, I actually got one thing I wanted. Oh, yeah. Chucky. Yeah, never got into that. And they had Cabbage Patch, Raggedy Ann and Andy. There was a whole bunch of other dolls and toys and stuff throughout the years. Yeah. Some of them were kind of cool. I mean, some of them were just simple. I just wanted like a stuffed doll or stuffed bear. Yeah. All the fun stuff. Nothing real elaborate. Raggedy Ann, yeah. Raggedy Ann, Andy. They had the one Betsy Wetsy and Holly Hobby. One year, my sister got a Holly Hobby kitchen. It had a sink, and it had an oven, and it had a house. And you got in the house, and it had a refrigerator, and it had a sink that actually had water. Working sink with water. She had that for a little while. It was kind of fun. We had to put it together. Construct put the house together. It was cardboard house. And it was like this refrigerator and stove and sink. Yeah, you had to punch it out and put it all together. And yeah, it was, but she didn't use it all that much. And then yeah, it was cool, you know, for a little bit, but then just kind of sat in there. And then they used to have those doll houses that you could build, the wooden doll houses, put the furniture in. That was like a real elaborate thing. Oh yeah, the one thing that she had to have was called fashion plates. I don't know if anybody knew about that. It was like a thing with little plastic plates, and then you put the paper over it and you traced over it. It had like patterns and then you mixed and matched. No, it was in her bedroom. But you put these things in there and then you colored patterns and you mixed and matched outfits and uh, did colored pencils and then I had the one that was called Monster Maker Kit. It was the same thing. It was these plates and then you put them on there and you traced over them and it was like different monsters. It was like, a lizard head and a tail and then they had scales that you could draw on there and you could color them in different colors and make them all creepy. So that was, I had that. I had the monster kit and my sister had the fashion plates. So I guess it was the girls versus boys toys. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, girls usually wanted dolls and uh, makeup and all that kind of stuff. Light bright, things like that. Guys, we wanted like G.I. Joes and footballs and stuff like that. More rough and tumble games, I guess. Girls like more artistic things, just the way it was, I guess. But yeah, or Spirograph, or what was the other one? The paint spin art one. All the stuff that had to do all that stuff. Batteries. Board games, that was a big one. Back in the day, we had the board games, all the Hungry Hippos, what was it? Toss Across, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, a lot of other stuff like that. Usually friends would come over and you play them. Mousetrap, Monopoly. Hey, name? Or I could be a drill sergeant or a trooper. Park ranger, yeah. Hey, boo-boo. How's it going? Mr. Ranger's not gonna like it, Yogi. Screw Mr. Ranger. I want a picnic basket. I'm hungry. Yeah. Super Trooper. Come on in here, meow. If I had my sunglasses, I could do my Super Trooper, but... All right, now. All right, meow. Did you know how fast you're going, meow? What's so funny, meow? Yeah. Oh, what was I watching the other day? I watched the ones, and the one was stupid, but went back and watched the best of the best movies. The first one was cool because it was about a karate tournament, kind of like Karate Kid, and they were qualifying America's team against Korea, and they were qualifying for martial arts team. And then the second one was kind of like that. It was about this guy that killed one of the guys from there, and they had to go back and get him. And it was Dolph Lundgren was the villain. And then the third one was stupid. It had nothing to do with karate. It was just some town that was terrorized by these skinheads or whatever, and they had to go help. And the fourth one I watched, it was stupid. I don't even know what that one was about. I kind of tuned that out, but it was cool. The first one was the best one. That was back from like the 80s. It was interesting to watch Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, the Brackus. He was the villain. Yeah, the first 1 and 2 were okay. Third was, nah, didn't care for that one. And the fourth one, I really almost didn't watch it. I kind of like got bored. Those ones I found out were direct to video. 3 and 4 were direct to video. They didn't even make it in the theater. So, yeah. And the third and the fourth didn't even have Eric Roberts in it. So it's kind of like, eh. But yeah, I was watching that one. And yeah, just been watching a few other things. We started getting a new channel, so there's a lot of different 70s and 80s stuff on again. So now I get like all these old Rewind TV and Antenna TV and what's the other one? Me TV, all the old series and stuff from the 70s. But yeah, and today was kind of boring because it was like all day marathon of all the Halloween stuff. It was like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Bewitched were on like all day on every channel. So, and I was gonna watch the World Series, but it got rained out. So, oh well, they're gonna change it up till tomorrow. I was thinking about that. That's kind of messed up though. All the people that already had tickets and they went to there and then they were getting ready for the game and the game got called off. It's got to be messed up too because, you know, what if you only had one night, you had your room and you can't go and it's going to be tonight is going to be the game. So yeah, that would be messed up if you had to, you know, go back a different day, change your plane reservation, get a different room. Yeah, can't easily just change things like that. And then all the other people that are on the other nights, they got to go one day past. So yeah, it's gonna be a mess, whole big mess over there. Everybody's got to change the day to a day later. That doesn't work so good. And you know, if you've already got your plane ticket and your reservations and all that, and now you've got to go for a different day, you know, or stay another day. I don't know how they're going to work that, but thing is it's not on the people that sold them the ticket. They got to make arrangements for accommodation. So, and that wasn't something they were planning for. Otherwise, I guess they'd get a refund. But yeah, that'd be a disaster. So we'll see what happens. It's supposed to rain here today, or well, was tomorrow, but now today is supposed to be like a certain chance of rain. So probably gonna get some rain tonight. And I think the next night, I think maybe we might get some too, but it's been getting very cool here in the 50s and 60s. So definitely difference from the 90s that we've had. And like I said, I've been trying to stay inside, trying to stay out of all the hubbub and the hassle. And yeah, just stay inside. There's a lot of stuff going on last couple days and busy stuff. So been trying to stay inside, trying to order stuff online. I don't really like going to Walmart and Target and all that right now, especially around the holidays. Nothing's in stock, too many people, and all that stuff. So yeah, but I do need to go check a few things out. I'm gonna see if they've got candy on sale today. Usually after Halloween, they put everything half off if they have any left. Sometimes they pull the candy, so they may not have any more, or all the good candy's gone. Mostly looking for chocolate or, you know, stuff like that. I think some of the other places might have it. So I'll go check those out. Yeah, most of the other stuff is going to be pulled and they're already into the Christmas stuff. I'm sure there's Christmas on display everywhere now. They just pulled all the Halloween stuff away. Or sometimes they'll have like a cart that says, you know, Halloween 50% off. And it's usually like stuff no one wants anyways. You know, bubble gum and candy, hard candy and all that stuff. All the good chocolate and stuff, pretty much picked over and gone. So didn't really get a lot. They're not quite as much as there used to be. There used to be a lot more every year. All the different kind of things that were available, but it's way too expensive now. Like $6, $7 for a bag of chocolate, like Hershey bars or peanut butter cups and stuff. Some of them are a little bit too expensive, so I passed them on by. And oh, so that's been about it. Not too much going. Like I said, I wanted to get the jack-o'-lantern pizza, but they didn't have any, so I'm guessing either they sold out or they only made so many for each night. So it's okay. I guess I won't get the jack-o'-lantern pizza. The only thing that was different was it's a regular pepperoni pizza, and it's shaped like a pumpkin, and it's got a smiley face. So you actually get less pepperoni on it. So I don't know. And the football pizza's gone too, so oh well. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, when I tried to get there, I was like, oh, wasn't surprised that they didn't have it. But other than that, yeah, not a real whole lot of stuff going on here. I will start working on some more videos because I was getting a little bit behind. And I got to get them done, but I will eventually, and you'll stay tuned for all the fun stuff. I got through all the Halloween themed stuff, I think. A whole lot of pumpkin spice and Halloween snacks and whatnot. So got through a lot of that. Pumpkin spice and the mango chainsaw. That one was kind of weird. And yeah, so now I'll get into some other things, and I'll be working on stuff for the next couple weeks. I got to figure out something to do for the birthday show. That's in about 2 weeks, so I don't know yet, but we'll find out. We'll see. And other than that, yeah, like I said, been trying to take it easy and just get through all this stuff, and finally getting through all the Halloween and craziness that's out there. And the next thing that's going to be good is the elections are going away. Getting tired of all the advertisements and the phone calls and the stuff about voting, and yeah. Trying to get rid of that stuff right now. I've already done my ballot, so it's done. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And other than that, yeah, I had to get I finally got all my stuff done, paperwork, got the car serviced. I got everything taken care of, so I'm good to go. And yeah, we'll just concentrate on some other stuff. So let's see. Probably Wednesday, be back. We'll do some more stuff on Wednesday. And yeah, in the meantime, stay tuned for the regular reviews and stuff like that. If I get, I need to get busy and get those going because it's starting to get behind. And yeah, so thanks guys for coming in. Sorry about the problem with the other stream earlier. So every once in a while, the internet goes wacko. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up and then get some sleep. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Hope you have a good one. Hope you had a good Halloween. And hopefully you guys are staying dry and staying safe inside. So I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for joining, and I will see you Wednesday. All right, guys, have a good one, man. I'm out of here. Okay, good night, guys.